Right. Molecular orbital theory. Okay, listen. So molecular orbital theory. So this theory was proposed by Hunds and Mulliken. It is proposed by Hunds and Mulliken, or Mulliken also. Okay, right. Right. Do you remember we have studied covalent bond, right? So to explain the formation of covalent bond, there are three theories have been proposed. One is Lewis-Langmuir theory, right? Second one is VBT. Third one is MOT. And of course, VS-EPR theory is what? It is a corrected theory of VBT. So VBT theory has some drawbacks. So that is corrected by VS-EPR, right? So therefore, so the nature of covalent bond explained by one Lewis-Langmuir theory, VBT, VS-EPR and MOT, right? So let's see about in detail MOT. So this MOT was proposed by Hunds and Mulliken, right? Then we have, now do you know why this theory was proposed? What is the drawbacks of VBT and VS-EPR theory? See, according to one important drawback is, according to VBT, oxygen molecule is a diamagnetic. According to VBT, it is a diamagnetic. So according to what? VBT, right? So VBT explains that O2 molecule is a diamagnetic, but actually practically O2 molecule is what? Paramagnetic. It shows a paramagnetic nature. So that paramagnetic nature of O2 explained by MOT, molecular orbital theory. Therefore, this molecular orbital theory was proposed to explain the what? Diamagnetic nature of oxygen, paramagnetic nature of oxygen. At one point, MOT theory was proposed to explain the magnetic behavior of oxygen molecule. Magnetic behavior of oxygen molecule. Magnetic behavior of O2 molecule, oxygen molecule. Let's see important postulates of MOT. Postulate. There are some important postulate. First postulate is, now what is the definition of this MOT? What is the definition of MO, molecular orbital? What is atomic orbital? Atomic orbital is the region in the space where the probability of finding electron is maximum around the nucleus of atom, isn't it? This is the definition now. The region in the space where the probability of finding electron is maximum around the nucleus of an atom is called atomic orbital. Similarly, molecular orbital is the region in the space where the probability of finding electron is maximum around the nuclei, not nucleus. Nucleus singular. One nucleus. Nuclei, more than one nucleus. Around the nuclei of molecule is a molecular orbital. Next, do you know, second postulate is how the molecular orbital is formed. You know, molecular orbitals are formed by combining atomic orbital. According to MOT, a molecular orbital is always formed by how? Combining the atomic orbitals having approximately same energy or comparable energies, right? That means the atomic orbital which are having same energy, they can combine, they form the molecular orbital. Next, the number of molecular orbital formed is always equal to number of atomic orbital combined. For example, if 10 atomic orbital combined, it form how many MO? 10. If 2 combined, 2. Right. If 2 combined, it form 2 molecular orbital. Out of 2, half of the molecular orbitals are bonding, remaining half is anti-bonding. It means one is bonding, another one is anti-bonding molecular orbital. Next, among bonding and anti-bonding, whose energy is more or whose energy is less? Bonding is always stable, therefore bonding energy is less compared to anti-bonding. Next postulate, So when you see the molecular orbitals are polycentric. It means in molecular orbital, electron move under the influence of more than one nucleus. Usually in orbital, what happen in atom? Electron move under the influence of one nucleus. But in MO, electron move under the influence of many nucleus. So that is under the influence of many nucleus, they revolve. That is called polycentric. Next is shape of the molecular orbital. The shape of the molecular orbital is always depends on shape of the atomic orbital combined. If atomic orbitals are spherical, molecular orbital also nearly spherical. So like that, the shape of the molecular orbital is always depends on a shape of the atomic orbitals. Okay. So these are the some important postulates, and we have some more also. You write one by one. Okay. Write down first, right? And tell me what is the first postulate. First postulate is nothing but definition of MO, definition of molecular orbital. What is the definition of molecular orbital? The region in the space where the probability of finding electron is maximum around the nuclei of molecule is called molecular right. The region in the space, where the probability of finding electron maximum around the nuclei of molecule, called molecular orbital, Next, second postulate is how the MO is formed. Molecular orbitals are always formed by combining atomic orbitals having comparable energies. Right? It means like 1s orbital combined with 1s because they both are having same energy. Of course, 2s combined with 2s, same energy. 2s can combine with 2p also, but 1s cannot combine with 2p. Why? Energy difference is more. They have comparable energies, no? There must be a same energy. If not same energy, they must have comparable energies. Okay. Therefore, second postulate is molecular orbitals are formed by combining atomic orbital having comparable energies. Molecular orbitals formed by combining atomic orbital AO. Molecular orbital formed by combining atomic orbital which are having comparable energies. Okay. Like for example, 1s can combine with 1s, 2s can combine with 2s, 2s can also combine with 2p, possible because they are having comparable energies or approximately same energies. Next, third postulate. What is the third postulate? The number of molecular orbital is formed always equal to number of atomic orbital combined. For example, if two atomic orbital combine, it form how many MO? 2 MO. Out of 2 MO, one is a bonding, half of the bonding, half of the anti-bonding. Right on. The number of molecular orbital formed equal to number of atomic orbital combined. Number of molecular orbital formed equal to number of AO combined. For example, if 2 AO combined to form 2 molecular orbital, right? That is one is bonding molecular orbital, another one is anti-bonding molecular orbital. Bonding molecular orbital BMO, anti-bonding is ABMO. Next, fourth postulate. Tell me, this fourth postulate explain about energy. What about energy of BMO and ABMO? So energy of ABMO always more than the BMO. Or if you see stability, the stability of bonding molecular orbital is more than anti-bonding. So therefore, what about energy? The energy of BMO is less than energy of anti-ABMO. Next, energy of BMO less than energy of ABMO. Okay. If you see the order of energy, the energy order is this: bonding molecular orbital having least energy. Next is non-bonding, like lone pair electrons. Non-bonding electrons are lone pair electrons, we have studied. Non-bonding. Next is anti-bonding. It means anti-bonding molecular orbital having highest energy and bonding molecular orbital having least energy. It is the order of energy of different molecular orbitals. BMO less than, non-bonding less than ABMO. Next, fifth postulate is, then this we know that molecular orbitals are polycentric. What is the meaning of polycentric? In molecular orbital, we know that there are more than one nucleus, no? Obviously, molecular orbital having more than one nucleus. Therefore, if there is electron here, this electron, revolve around the nucleus. Whether this nucleus, it revolve around both the nucleus. It means this electron has influence of, both the nucleus. Both the nucleus influence the electron. So therefore, electron move under the influence of both the nucleus. So that means molecular orbitals are polycentric. They have more than one center. Next, molecular orbitals are polycentric. That is electron move under the influence of, more than one nucleus. Electron move under the influence of more than one nucleus. Next, sixth postulate. It explains about shape. Come on, tell me, what is the shape of the molecular orbital? The shape of the molecular orbital depends on what? Shape of the atomic orbital which are going to combine. Right? Next slide. Shape of molecular orbital depends on shape of atomic orbitals. Okay. Next we have 7th, 8th, 9th. These three postulates are actually rules: Abbo principle, Pauli exclusion principle, and Hund's rule. So molecular orbital follow these three rules. One is a Abbo principle. What is Abbo principle? Yeah. According to Abbo principle, electron first enters into low energy orbital, then followed by high energy. We have studied electron first enters into 1s2, then 2s2, then 2p. It means electron first enters into low energy orbital, then followed by high energy. In other way, can we write like this? According to Abbo principle, orbitals are arranged in the increasing order of their energies. Yes. Orbitals are arranged in the increasing order of their energy. For example, 1s has least energy, next 2s, next 2p, next 3s, 3p. Like this we arrange or not? That is nothing but what? of Bohr principle. Next is Pauli exclusion principle. What Pauli exclusion principle says? Pauli exclusion principle says that each orbital can accommodate maximum of 2 electrons with opposite spin. For example, if you take one orbital has one box, this one box has only 2 electrons. How it is? Same spin or opposite spin? It should be opposite spin. It is according to Pauli exclusion principle. So Pauli exclusion principle says that each orbital, whether atomic or molecular, it can accommodate only 2 electrons with opposite spin. Next, third rule is Hund's rule or Hund's rule. What Hund's rule says? Hund's rule says that no pairing of electron takes place until all the degenerate orbital filled with single electrons. For example, nitrogen. These are the three important in first PUC atomic structure we study. In nitrogen, we have electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Okay, this is alright 1s2, 2s2. You see the 2p3. In 2p3, px, py, pz. Then there are 3 electrons. If you want, you can write 2 electron here, 1 electron here. Is it right? No, it is wrong according to Hund's rule. Hund's rule says that if there is a degenerate orbital, what is the meaning of degenerate? Degenerate, same energy orbital. Px, Py, Pz. These 3 are the same energy orbital. When there is a same energy orbital, electron should fill. First what? Single electron here. In 3 orbitals there should be a single electron should be filled. Then followed by pair. That means no pairing of electron takes place until all the degenerate orbital filled with single electrons. Okay, these are the 3 rules you need to remember as it is. It's important. Okay, write down same rules here. 7th, molecular orbitals are arranged in first. Molecular orbitals are arranged in increasing order of their energy. Molecular orbitals are arranged in increasing order of their energies. Next, 8th point. Each molecular orbit, that is, you write bracket here. Which rule? Yes, of Bohr principle. Next, 8th one. Each molecular orbital can accommodate. Each molecular orbital can accommodate maximum of 2 electron with opposite spin. This is Pauli exclusion principle. Each molecular orbital can accommodate maximum of 2 electron with opposite spin. Pauli exclusion principle. Next, 9th. 9th point is no pairing of electron takes place. No pairing of electron takes place until all the degenerate orbital filled with single electrons. Filled with single electron. It is Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. The last postulate, last point is about magnetic behavior. Tell me, it is also important. About magnetic behavior of molecular orbital. Do you know molecular orbital which are having one or more unpaired electron is always paramagnetic. Paired electron paramagnetic. Right? Right on. The molecular orbital which are having are molecular orbital with a one or more unpaired electrons paramagnetic, B paired electrons, diamagnetic. So these are the postulates of MOT. Differences between atomic and molecular orbitals. Atomic orbital, molecular orbital. Come on, tell me. Atomic orbital. What are atomic orbitals? The region in the space where the probability of finding electron is maximum. The region in the space where the probability of finding electron is maximum around the nucleus of atom. Around the nucleus of atom. Here is around the nuclei, it is nucleus, no, nucleus of atom. This is around the nuclei of atom. Sorry, nuclei of molecule. Nuclei of molecule. Next. What about atomic orbitals, whether monocentric or polycentric? Monocentric. They have only one center. Here is polycentric. Next, atomic orbital is denoted by their S, P, D, F. S, P, D, F orbitals are atomic orbital. What about molecular orbitals? They are sigma, sigma star, pi, pi star, delta, delta star, etc. are molecular orbitals. Okay. Linear combination of atomic orbital. An approximate method of determining wave function of molecular orbital. An approximate method of determining wave function of molecular orbital is called LCAO, linear combination of atomic orbital. Okay. See, in other term, if you look at on physics part on this particular concept, if you study on physics way, the meaning of LCO is it is a interference of wave, electron wave. We know that atom, there is a nucleus, right? Electron move around the nucleus. How the electron move around the nucleus? It has wave nature, no, like this. Interference or not? There is interference also. Wave nature. Electron has dual nature. We study in where? Dual nature of Heisenberg. We have dual nature of dual nature of what is it? Particle nature and wave nature of electron we have, right? So therefore, now if you take electron has wave, right, then there is an interference of waves also, electron waves. So therefore, the meaning of LCO is nothing but in physics term, it is a interference of wave. The interference of wave is two types. One is a like additive and subtract overlapping, is there no? Yes, there is a constructive interference and destructive interference. That is in terms of physics. Okay, let's study in terms of chemistry, then I'll give the basic idea of physics also. Okay, now this is, so linear combination of atomic orbital is nothing but it is an approximate method of determining what? Wave function of molecular orbital. Then according to LCAO, how the molecular orbitals are formed? Either by additive overlapping or subtractive. Additive overlapping, nothing but we say constructive interference. Constructive interference of wave. Destructive overlapping is subtractive overlapping, nothing but destructive interference of wave. Okay, right on. According to LCAO, molecular orbitals are formed by, according to LCAO, molecular orbitals are formed by either additive overlapping, of atomic orbital, or subtractive overlapping of atomic orbitals. In their own right, in bracket, what is the meaning of additive? Constructive interference of wave or electron wave. Constructive interference of electron wave. What is the subtractive? Destructive interference of wave. Okay, now let's see what is additive overlapping, or what is important of additive overlapping. So this additive overlapping is also we called what? Constructive interference of electron wave. Right, it is a constructive interference of electron wave, nothing but additive overlapping. Do you know molecular orbitals are formed by two overlapping? One is additive overlapping, second one is subtractive overlapping. Remember, additive overlapping always gives BMO, bonding molecular orbital. Then what about subtractive overlapping? Subtractive overlapping always gives anti-bonding molecular orbital. Therefore, if I want to define bonding molecular orbital, how do you define? The molecular orbital which are formed by additive overlapping or addition of wave functions of atomic orbitals. Additive overlapping is nothing but addition of wave functions of what? Atomic orbital is called BMO, bonding molecular orbital. Then what about anti-bonding? The molecular orbital which are formed by subtraction of wave functions of atomic orbital. That is subtractive overlapping, right? So addition of wave functions of atomic orbital is bonding, subtraction of wave functions of atomic orbital is anti-bonding, right? So therefore, the molecular orbitals which are formed by addition of wave functions of atomic orbitals, called bonding molecular orbital. So can I write like this? Here let us take, it is a psi BMO, wave function of bonding molecular orbital. How this wave function of bonding molecular orbital is formed? Psi A plus psi B. So addition of wave functions of individual atomic orbital, right? Can I take that? Tell me what is a psi BMO, Adam? It is a wave function of BMO, bonding molecular orbital. Then what is psi A? Psi is nothing but wave function, no? It is wave function of atomic, atomic orbital of atom A. Next, psi B equal to, it is wave function of atomic orbital of atom B. Okay. Next. So this is the equation 1. But we know probability of finding electron is directly proportional to psi square. No? A wave function. In atomic structure we study probability of finding electron is nothing but psi square. No? So probability of finding electron directly proportional to psi square, right? Therefore, I want this equation in the form of square, psi square. Therefore, now on squaring this equation, tell me probability. Yeah, write down probability of finding electron. Probability of finding electron is directly proportional to psi square. Therefore, on squaring the equation 1, come on, tell me. On squaring the equation 1, what do you get? Psi square BMO equal to
square whole square a square.
Tell me. Psi square
A
plus psi square B plus 2 into psi A psi B, isn't it? Will you get or not? So this is, yes, it is equation 2. Now come and tell me what is the psi square BMO? What is psi square? Probability of finding electron. Where in? BMO, bonding molecular orbital. Probability of finding electron in atomic orbital of atom A. Probability of finding electron in atomic orbital of atom B. So therefore, write down where psi square BMO is probability of finding electron in BMO, bonding molecular orbital. Next, psi square A, it is also probability of finding electron in atomic orbital of atom A. Next, psi square B, probability of finding electron in atomic orbital of atom B. Okay, here one important conclusion. Tell me, from this equation we can write one conclusion. Listen carefully. This is psi square BMO, right? So what is psi square BMO? Probability of finding electron in BMO. You see, probability of finding electron BMO, this is probability of finding electron in individual atomic orbitals, right? Psi square A, psi square B. These are what? Probability of finding electron in individual atomic orbital. You see, probability of finding electron BMO, probability of finding electron in individual atomic orbital, which is more? Whether BMO is more or individual atomic orbital is more? BMO. How much? How much it is? The probability of finding electron in BMO is more than individual atomic orbital by 2 into psi A psi B. This much is more or not? If it is not there, you just imagine. If it is not there, the probability of finding electron in BMO, which is equals to equal to individual atomic orbital, no. Probability of finding electron A and it is B. If it is not there, but it is a plus is there, it means the probability of finding electron in BMO is greater than individual atomic orbitals by 2 into psi A psi B. This much times is more than this individual atomic orbitals. Important. Right. The probability of finding electron in BMO, probability of finding electron in BMO, probability of finding electron in BMO is greater than individual atomic orbitals is greater than individual atomic orbitals by 2 into psi a psi b, not okay, 2 times psi a psi b. Okay, so this is conclusion of bonding molecular orbital. Okay, now similarly it is about additive overlapping. Now if I want to write subtractive overlapping, okay, come on tell me, if you want to write subtractive overlapping, what we take? Psi ABMO. Here we take, come on fast tell me, in place of psi BMO we take psi ABMO equal to psi A minus psi B. This is same, it is same. Okay, here psi square ABMO, come on tell me, psi square ABMO is equals to psi square A minus sorry plus, here you will get minus, right, minus 2 into psi A psi B. This is also same, but conclusion is changes. See, very interesting point here. Conclusion is the probability of finding electron in ABMO is less than individual atomic orbital by 2 into psi A psi B. It means if we see the probability of finding electron wherein antibonding is less than individual atomic orbital, bonding is more than individual atomic orbital, right? So therefore, now write down subtractive overlapping or destructive interference of electron wave. Subtractive overlapping or destructive interference of electron wave. The molecular orbital which are formed by subtraction of wave functions of atomic orbital. The molecular orbital which are formed by subtraction of wave functions of atomic orbital called antibonding molecular orbitals. Subtraction of wave functions of atomic orbital called antibonding molecular orbital. Then take the equation as it is. So write the conclusion. The probability of finding electron in ABMO is less than individual atomic orbitals by 2 into psi A psi B. Okay, let us take one example. Formation of H2 molecule. Write an example. Formation of H2 molecule. H2 molecule. So this H2 molecule is formed by combining 2 hydrogen atom, right? H2. Okay. Then we know that this hydrogen has 1s1. It also has 1s1. So therefore, 1s1 orbital of one hydrogen combined with 1s1 orbital of another hydrogen atom to form H2 molecule. But we know that this combination takes place in 2 ways. What is? One additive overlapping, second one is subtractive overlapping. Let's see what is additive overlapping first? Additive overlapping. This additive overlapping gives what? BMO, bonding molecular orbital. So subtractive overlapping gives anti-bonding molecular orbital. In additive overlapping, let us take 1s orbital is spherical, obviously spherical in shape. Its wave function is take positive, and another 1s orbital, its wave function is positive, right? Then tell me, if two atomic orbital with same wave function is overlap, you will get the bonding molecular orbital which has like this, two centers, because two orbital is overlapping, which gives two centers. Okay, obviously it is a positive charge, not charge, it is a positive sign. So this is called what? It's 1s 1s, this is sigma 1s. Whereas subtractive overlapping, in subtractive overlapping, what happens? There is a 1s orbital of one hydrogen atom, take positive wave function, okay, plus another is what? 1s orbital, it should be a negative wave function. In subtractive overlapping, there will be a opposite wave functions. These are the not charges, charge of electron, it's not a charge of electron proton. These are the wave functions. Okay, this is what? Psi BMO no, is equals to psi A plus psi B. This is what? Psi ABMO, and moreover, so anti-bonding is denoted by star. We can also write psi star also. Psi star ABMO is equals to psi A minus psi B. Now tell me what happened. So due to destructive, destructive interference, so the shape will be changed like this, like this. This is what? Sigma 1s, this is a sigma star 1s. Now this is called nodal plane, important. In anti-bonding molecular orbital, you can find nodal planes. What is a nodal plane? Probability of finding electron is 0. You cannot find any probability of finding electron, means there is no electron movement here in this region. Do you find nodal plane here? There is no nodal plane. Next, even you can draw the orbital diagram also for formation of H2. If you want to draw orbital diagram, take energy axis, this is E, increasing energy axis, okay. Then here is one atomic orbital, I will take 1s. This is another atomic orbital having same energy no, okay. Now 1s and 1s of two hydrogen atom, it is a hydrogen atom. This is also another hydrogen atom, okay. Now take, this is a psi wave function of A, wave function of B, both are hydrogen atom only. Now come on, tell me, when these two overlap, they overlap two ways. One is a additive and second one is subtractive. Okay, when they additive overlapping, so this gives BMO, bonding molecular orbital. This is called sigma 1s. Bonding has less energy. You see, this is atomic orbital, no? Atomic orbital. You compare the energy of AO and BMO. Whose energy is less? Energy of BMO less than AO. Next, it is by additive overlapping. Next, by subtractive overlapping, it gives ABMO. This is ABMO, right? It is a sigma 1s. This is sigma star 1s, right? Then energy of ABMO and energy of AO, which is more? Energy of ABMO more than AO. Of course, energy of ABMO always more than BMO. That is already we have studied. energy of ABMO, even it is more than individual atomic orbital, right? So therefore it is sigma star. Next, this has one electron, it has one electron. Now tell me, these two electron enters into which orbital? Either BMO or ABMO. So according to Aufbau principle, electron first enters into low energy orbital. Which is low energy here? BMO. Therefore 2 electron paired up here only. So this is the orbital diagram of H2 molecule. Come on, tell me. First difference is it is formed by additive overlapping of atomic orbital. It is formed by subtractive overlapping of atomic orbital. Written formed by additive overlapping of AO, that is psi BMO is equals to psi A plus psi B. Here is what? Psi star ABMO equal to psi A minus psi B. It means it is formed by subtractive overlapping of atomic orbitals. Next, what about probability of finding electron?
Maximum will be
Whether probability of finding electron BMO is maximum or ABMO is maximum?
BMO is maximum.
Is more, no? Probability of finding electron is more around the nuclei of molecule. What about probability of finding electron here? Less around the nuclei of molecule. Next is probability of finding electron is more around the nuclei of molecule. Here is less around the nuclei of molecule. Next point is about energy. Now tell me,
Yes.
if you compare the energy of BMO, it's important. See, energy of BMO is here, no? If you take this is here, energy of BMO is here, energy of AO is here, right? Then tell me, the energy of BMO is less than
AO
individual atomic orbital. What about energy of ABMO? More than individual atomic orbital, right? Energy of BMO less than individual AO. Energy of BMO less than individual atomic orbital. Then what about energy of ABMO? More than individual AO. Energy of ABMO is more than individual atomic energy of atomic orbital. Next, important. See, the energy difference, listen here. The energy difference between this is BMO and AO. The energy difference between BMO and AO is called stabilization energy. This energy gap is called stabilization energy, which stabilizes the molecule. It means if this energy gap is increases, molecule become more stable. Whereas the energy difference between this is a ABMO and this is what? AO. This energy is called destabilization energy. If this energy gap increases, molecule become destabilized. So therefore, energy gap between BMO AO is called stabilization energy, which stabilizes the molecule. Energy between ABMO and AO is called destabilization energy, which destabilizes the molecule. Next one, right? Energy difference between BMO and AO called stabilization energy called stabilization energy. Energy difference between BMO and AO called stabilization energy, which stabilize the molecule. Which stabilize the molecule. Energy difference between BMO and AO called stabilization energy, which stabilize the molecule. This side is energy difference between ABMO and AO called yes, destabilizing energy. Destabilization energy, which destabilize the molecule. Energy difference between ABMO and AO called destabilization energy, which destabilize the molecule. Okay, next point. It is about energy. Next is stability. See here. Now electron present in BMO, electron present in ABMO. So which electron stabilize the molecule, which electron destabilize the molecule?
BMO
So
stabilize the
yes, electron present in BMO always stabilize the molecule, whereas electron present in ABMO destabilize the molecule. Why?
because
When electron present in BMO, they contribute force of attractions. Right? BMO electron contribute what? Force of attraction. There is by attraction. Whereas ABMO contribute force of repulsions. So due to force of repulsion, destabilize. Due to force of attraction, stabilize. Right on. BMO electron contribute force of attraction. BMO electron contribute force of attraction and they stabilize the molecule. BMO electron contribute force of attraction and they stabilize the molecule. ABMO electron contribute force of repulsions. ABMO electron contribute force of repulsion and they destabilize the molecule. Okay. Next, finally, how it is BMO denoted by? It is denoted by sigma pi delta. Right? So BMO orbitals denoted by sigma pi delta, whereas ABMO antibonding always with star, sigma star, pi star, not phi star, pi star, delta star. LCAO means interference of electron wave. Interference of electron wave. Okay. Then this interference of wave is how many times it is? 2 times. Yes or no? So electron that is interference of wave is electron wave is 2 types. What are 2 types? Yes. One is constructive interference. In other way we call it is additive overlapping. Next, second one is destructive interference. Okay, this constructive interference is always gives BMO, bonding molecular orbital. This destructive gives ABMO, antibonding molecular orbital. Okay, let us take one simple example. It is a wave, right? We know that this is what? Crust. This is what? Trough. Usually crust denoted by positive, it is negative. This is one wave. Take another wave, right? It also has crust and trough. Crust, it is trough. Okay, now tell me, now here in case of constructive interference, what happened? In constructive interference, the crust of one wave overlap with crust of another wave. Positive, positive, even negative also possible. Negative, negative. So you will get the new wave where this length, what is it? This is amplitude is increases, right? It is again positive, it becomes negative. This is what bonding. Now this kind of overlapping gives bonding molecular orbital. Okay, then what about anti-bonding? In case of anti-bonding, yeah, take this is crust trough of one wave. Okay, then next I'll take of course, tell me, the crust of one wave overlap with trough of another wave, trough of another wave, crust of another wave. So what you get? You will get again a new wave where amplitude is decreases, right? Isn't it? So this kind of overlapping is nothing but subtractive overlapping or destructive interference of electron wave. So this gives BMO, that gives ABMO. This is a BMO. It is a ABMO. It is in terms of physics. Conditions for formation of molecular orbital. Conditions for formation of molecular orbital. Okay, there are two important conditions. One is energy condition, second is symmetry condition. Let's see, first is energy condition. So already we have studied. Tell me, what is energy condition? For combining, now for the formation of molecular orbital, the combining atomic orbital should have comparable energies, means approximately same energy. If energy gap is more, like if suppose if it is a one is a 2s, second is a 3p, is it combined? No, the energy gap is more. That means a combining atomic orbital should have comparable energies. That's energy condition. Next is symmetry condition is important. Okay, right on. Combining atomic orbital should have comparable energies. Combining atomic orbital should have comparable energies. Like we have written 1s can combine with 1s, no? Possible. 2s can combine with 2s, possible. Even some extent 2s can combine with 2p, also possible. Because 2 there belongs to same orbit. They have, if not same, comparable energies. So therefore the combining atomic orbital should have same energy. Second condition is very much important, symmetry condition. Tell me, what is the symmetry condition? The combining atomic orbital must have, not should, they must have same symmetry. That means, what is the symmetry? Orientation of orbital along the internuclear axis. No, we have studied. Orientation of orbital along the internuclear axis is called symmetry. So therefore, combining atomic orbital should have must have same symmetry. Combining atomic orbital must have same symmetry. The following combinations are possible. The following combinations are possible. 1. And tell me, SS combination possible or not? SS overlapping possible. You have studied. Sigma bond here is sigma MO. SS combination gives sigma MO. Next, yes, PZ possible or not? Yes, PZ possible now, which also gives sigma MO. There we have studied sigma bond in VBT. Next, third is PZ combination also possible because both are along the internuclear axis, which also gives what? Sigma MO. Then is it yes, PX is possible? No. Next, yes, PY is possible? No, because PX, PY are along they are perpendicular to the internuclear axis. This is along the internuclear axis. This is also along the internuclear axis, but they are perpendicular to the internuclear axis. Therefore, these combinations are not possible. Similarly, okay, then is it PX combination possible? Yes, pi molecular orbital. Next, 7. PY combination possible or not? It also gives pi molecular orbital. Next, 8. PX of one, PY of another atom. Is it possible? No. Zero overlapping. You have studied now. So this is also not possible. Only, so here is 3, here is 2. So total 5 combinations are possible because of symmetry. Right? Symmetry is the important condition. And third condition is extent of overlapping. It should be maximum, minimum. Maximum. Obviously, according to VBT also, the extent of overlapping should be maximum. Right. So third condition is extent of overlapping is maximum. Extent of overlapping is maximum. Next, types of molecular orbitals. Types of molecular orbitals. Okay. So here in types of molecular orbital, we studied 2 types. One is sigma and pi. Sigma molecular orbital and pi molecular orbital. It is just like sigma bond, pi bond. The concept is same, but only there we use atomic. There we use in atom. Here is in molecule. The change is atom and molecule only. Come on, tell me what is sigma MO? The molecular orbital which are formed by which overlapping? Which overlapping? Axial overlapping or head to head overlapping or end on end overlapping of atomic orbital to form what? Molecular orbital. This is sigma molecular. So sigma molecular orbitals are formed by axial overlapping of atomic orbitals. Then what about pi molecular orbital? They are formed by sideways or lateral overlapping of atomic orbitals. Okay, right. Written sigma MO. It is formed by axial overlapping of atomic orbitals. It is formed by axial overlapping of atomic orbitals. So what is axial overlapping? We have studied in detail, right, in VBT theory. So what is the meaning of axial overlapping? The overlapping along the internuclear axis. So overlapping along the internuclear axis called axial overlapping, right? That already we have studied, need not write here. Okay. Then next, can you tell me, so which overlapping gives sigma? Sigma MO. Right on. The following overlapping gives sigma MO. the following overlapping gives sigma MO, right? SS overlapping or SS combination, B S PZ combination, C PZ PZ. Only these three combination gives sigma molecular orbital. Okay. Then sigma MO has again two types: sigma bonding, sigma anti-bonding. Let's see individually how. See, for example, SS gives again two: sigma bonding, anti-bonding. SPZ gives two: bonding, anti-bonding, bonding, anti-bonding. Let's see individually how they gives bonding, anti-bonding. One, you just take SS combination. Right done. Right. 1s orbital of 1s orbital of one atom combined with 1s orbital of one atom combined with 1s orbital of another atom, 1s orbital of another atom to form sigma MO, to form sigma MO, which is two types, additive overlapping, their own right, which gives what? Sigma BMO. One more is subtractive overlapping, which gives sigma star or ABMO, anti-bonding molecular orbital. Come on, tell me. So additive overlapping, I want SS additive overlapping. So already we have written how it is: spherical shape s orbital, right? I'll take 1s, it's a positive wave function, right? Take another 1s, positive wave function, which gives rise to psi BMO is equals to, tell me, psi A plus psi B. This equation shows additive overlapping always. Next, which gives a molecular orbital like this. It is sigma BMO, bonding molecular orbital. Next, another overlapping is subtractive overlapping. So subtractive overlapping always gives sigma star anti-bonding molecular orbital. Okay, let us take this only. 1s orbital, right, spherical shape, another 1s orbital, but here is they should have opposite wave functions. We have studied crest of one wave, trough of another wave. So which gives rise to psi star ABMO equal to psi A minus psi B. Come on, tell me, which gives anti-bonding molecular orbital. Its shape is changes like this. Okay, it is a sigma star 1s no, sigma 1s. This is sigma 1s. This is sigma star 1s ABMO. So this is positive, it is negative, this is nodal plane.